Do you want to know about the lifestyle in Canada? Canada is one of the choice destinations for people looking to emigrate from their country to a new place. People emigrate for different reasons and they hope to find a better and more comfortable life when they get to Canada. Most people do not know what to expect when they arrive in Canada as they are not used to the lifestyle and environment, therefore it takes them some time to adjust to the new environment and way of doing things. In this video, we will help those who hope to move to Canada with the information that they need to hit the ground running when they arrive. This will give them a heads up and better prepare them for the new life they will begin to live. 10 things you need to know about living in Canada. What should you know before you move to Canada? What are the lifestyle changes you will encounter that will change how you approach your daily activities? Here are 10 things that may change when you move into the country. Knowing these before you make the trip will help you to be better prepared for the culture shock. Diversity. Canada is home to different races and cultures from around the world. Contrary to popular beliefs, you can find people from almost every corner of the globe, and these people have come together to create a well-blended soup of cultural diversity. Multiculturalism is a big part of the Canadian culture and is quite important to policy making in the country. A good percentage of Canadian policymakers who serve in the Parliament were not born in Canada. This goes to show that no matter where you come from in the world, Canada will open her arms to you. You can retain your culture and values in Canada and not feel out of place because that is the sort of country Canada is. Job search. Without any sugarcoat, the job hunt process in Canada can be quite long. It may be longer than you anticipate, therefore you must prepare for any uncertainties. It is better if you have secured the job before you come into the country, as you can hit the ground running. It may take months for you to find a position and go through the interview process to find a job. This is why you are advised to bring enough money that will be used for your sustenance pending when you find a job, and you should also be prepared to take a temp job that will bring in some cash pending when your new job is secured. Pro tip: ensure you use the Canadian format for your resume when you are applying for work. Tipping. Tipping is a big part of the Canadian culture as it helps supplement the salaries of workers in the service industries. If you are coming from a country where service workers earn a decent living wage, then the tipping culture would be strange to you. Workers in the Canadian service industry earn minimum wage, a value that is determined by the province where they work, with the implied expectation that they will earn tips to supplement this income. Although this might seem like a strange practice, you are encouraged to tip workers who provide decent services to you, and the only time you aren't expected to tip is if the service is poor. Weather. If you are particular about the weather, you do not have to worry because Canada has the best of both worlds. The sun and snow both have their day and the transitional seasons to ease you into each, although there are some parts of Canada with quite cold weather for a better part of the year. If you are emigrating from a country with a warm or mild climate, you may be taken aback by the weather initially, but you will get used to it in no time. You will find various helpful clothing you can wear to help you properly adjust to the weather. Healthcare. Canadian healthcare is known for its excellent healthcare system and brilliant healthcare workers. When emigrating to Canada, you can be sure that the health system you will meet will be equal to or better than the country you are moving from. The healthcare system is one of the pillars of attraction that helps individuals make up their mind when they want to move to Canada. It is a public and private funded institution that serves people who live and work in Canada. When you enrolled for healthcare, you will receive a card and you will be covered by healthcare that is administered by the provinces. Smoking. Individuals who have a smoking habit will have to undergo a serious lifestyle change. Smoking is illegal in public places and you will have to resort to smoking only in private or acceptable areas. If you hope to live in a public or shared apartment building, we advise that the smoking ban applies to these areas as well. You are only allowed to smoke within your personal living space or your car, with the only exception being if you are with a minor. This will be a significant change of pace for individuals who are used to smoking outdoors and in public places, as they will have to adjust their expectations and behave accordingly. Cost of living. This is quite important before you move to Canada, and it is an important research you must carry out before you set foot into the country. Knowing the cost of living for your chosen city will give you an edge and prevent you from experiencing a price shock when you arrive. You should know the cost of everyday goods and other important assets such as houses and cars. You should also find out the cost of transportation and commuting between places. This research is important if you want to effectively manage your resources and avoid going bankrupt. Areas such as Toronto and Vancouver have more expensive standards if living when compared with areas like Montreal. Ensure you research thoroughly. Rights and freedoms. The rights of a people make living much more bearable. The respective rights and freedoms in Canada is one of the important reasons individuals seek to migrate to the region. Rights are a cornerstone of the Canadian society, and you should familiarize yourself with the rights you will be afforded when you arrive in Canada before you make your trip. The Charter of Rights and Freedoms protects the freedoms and rights of Canadian citizens and individuals residing in the country. It is also the foundation for all political, civil, and social interactions in the country. If you are moving to Canada from a country where you do not have your human rights respected and protected, you will find that Canada is far kinder to you. Taxation. There are some things you can now escape no matter where you go, and one of these is taxes. Canada operates a decentralized system, therefore, taxes are paid at multiple levels. For example, income taxes are paid to both provincial and federal governments. There are other factors that determine your tax status, such as terms of employment, that make you eligible for a tax return at the end of the fiscal year. Taxes vary between cities and provinces, and while some have their sales tax at 14%, others have theirs as low as 5%. These tax variations should be on the top of the list when you are trying to decide the province you should settle in. You should also endeavor to file your taxes on time and avoid any schemes or evasion of taxes. Driving licenses. If you hope to own a car and have a driving license when you are settled in Canada, you will need to take new tests and acquire new licenses, as the license from your previous country of residence will not be valid. Driving licenses are a bit tricky because the losses are awarded by provinces and not the federal government, and each of these provinces have different tests and standards. You will need to make research into the requirements for a license as outlined by the province where you will reside if you hope to get a driver's license. Another reason why getting a license can be somewhat tricky is because each province have agreements with various countries around the world for driving standards. Conclusion. Moving to Canada is a choice thousands of people make annually, and no matter how much you think you are ready for the change, you will never be fully prepared. Here are some important things you need to consider when you are about to make the move and how they will affect your current lifestyle. If you hope to emigrate to Canada, we urge you to consider each of these 10 factors and make adequate research so that you know what you need to do to adjust as soon as you arrive.